What up? You know what's up? Eating some soursop. Figure out hop on do some Q&A. Comment your questions. Let me know what health issues y'all dealing with. I'm gonna do some Q&A while I eat some soursop. All right, just cut this joint open. Got it straight from South America. I'm out here in my second home in the Netherlands right now. Ain't really been live too much. Been having some issues with my live. I want to hop on. Comment your questions. Let me know what health issues you're dealing with. I'm gonna do some Q&A while I'm eating some soursop. If you haven't got my free ebooks yet, comment the word berry right now in this live, and you'll get the link sent right to you along with the link to all of our herbal tonics. If you need the herbal tonics for your specific health issue and disease, comment the word herbs right now and then check your DM. It'll be there. I'm eating some soursop. My lady's parents got me straight from South America. I ain't go this town. I'm out here in my second home in the Netherlands. I'll be back in the U.S. probably in 2026. Want to pop on? Let me know what questions. Is it bitter or sweet? You talking about the soursop? Soursop, super sweet. My favorite fruit of all time, for sure. Healthiest fruit of all time. Only fruit I like as much as this is going to be mame sapote, which I get when I'm in Miami. All right. Yeah, comment herbs, comment berry for the links. Check your DM for anything. What issue, what disease you dealing with, what y'all want to talk about. Let me get a bite of this real quick. Gotta spit the seeds out, so pardon me for being a little messy. All right. So if you're dealing with cancer, just real quick, just off at the top, if you're dealing with cancer, all right, well, somebody says fibroids. If you're dealing with fibroids, you know what you need to eat is figs, but more specifically, black mission figs. Can somebody comment black mission figs in the comment section? That's great for shrinking fibroids. And then also, if you get our iron tonic, the herbs in that are great for shrinking fibroids. If you want the link to that, again, comment the word herbs right now. But when it comes to cancer, if you or someone you know is dealing with cancer, right, the first thing you need to do is switch to all fruit. If you or someone you know is dealing with cancer, the only thing you or that person should be consuming is melons, berries, and grapes. Okay? Yeah, black mission fig. Shout out to Butter Girl. Yeah, shout out to you. If you're dealing with lupus, if you don't know my life story, my mom was diagnosed with lupus about 18 years ago now. They told her she had 3 years to live. Since that time, throughout the months and years, they changed her diagnosis because there's 1,000 different names for autoimmune disease, right? They just want to stamp one on you so they can put you on the pill that goes along with it that is only masking the issue and actually making your organs worse, which is going to make your health worse, right? They don't really want to give you the fix. So anyways, my mom's still alive 18 years later. So I always say, clap it up, put congratulations in the chat for the doctors being wrong like they are most of the time. Doctors are the third leading cause of death, if you don't know, only behind cancer and heart disease. So, you know what autoimmune disease, that means you have systemic acidosis, you have too much acid in your body, and your kidney is not functioning properly. All right, so we need to flush the kidney along with flushing the organs, along with flushing the blood, along with making sure the lymph from your lymphatic system is flowing properly, okay? So, with that, I do have a specific protocol for lupus and autoimmune disease. If you want the detailed protocols for every single illness, comment the word join. You'll get the link to that. If you want to lock into the mentorship and much more, just $1 per day. But when it comes to lupus, still with the fruits, like, you know, with my mom, it was hard. She smoked cigarettes her whole life. So it's super hard to get her to stop smoking cigarettes. Super hard. She ate, you know, we grew up eating McDonald's, hot dogs, burgers, all that stuff. So, you know, really the nutrition is going to be the key point for everything. Yeah, all y'all comment and join. Check your DM. You'll get the link to my university, which is $29.99, $1 per day. It has all the detailed protocols for every disease and illness. My 30-day detox and reset is in there. Okay, you're also getting all my other ebooks I've ever created included. But that's if the free advice isn't enough. 20,000 plus free videos, 4 videos minimum per day for 10 years straight. I'll never miss a day giving y'all free game. I just was on my story, yesterday or the day before, giving away money to a bunch of y'all randomly through your, you know, they be censoring me for doing giveaways sometimes. That's why I'll be like, comment your C app, you know? So a lot of y'all got blessings with money. You know, I'll be giving back as much as possible for free. Crushing the soursop right now is perfect. You gotta wait till it gets. See, this part right here is a little hard. So I could have waited like another day. It's supposed to be, the whole thing's supposed to be mashing up in your hand. But if you're doing high blood pressure, it's because your blood's clogged. You have clogged arteries. You're eating foods that's acidic, inflammatory. So if you're dealing with high blood pressure, put down the inflammatory foods. The meat is inflammatory. I hate to break it to you. And it's hard to digest and hard to break down. Okay? It doesn't matter the type of cancer. People are like, what about leukemia? What about this? What about that? The cancer tonic is specifically for all cancer. So again, you can comment the word cancer. You'll get the direct link to the cancer tonic or the links in the bio. If you're watching this replay, if I put this replay on my YouTube, the link is somewhere. You'll find it, or come to my Instagram at TWalkDogFitness, at TWalkDog2. But yeah, when it comes to high blood pressure, it's because your blood is being backed up because your arteries are clogged. So therefore, the pressure is trying to break through, but it can't because your arteries are clogged up. And then eventually it does break through, and that's when aneurysms, right, and all that stuff happens. Heart attacks and much more. Yeah, I'm just going off at the top while I'm eating. I'm not going to be on here long. Just wanted to show y'all the experience of eating a soursop. See how it's soft on this part? See how it's like mushing in my hand? That's how it's supposed to be. So because I didn't let this wait another day, because I couldn't resist it. This back part is a little hard on this piece. But yeah, I'm just crushing as I go. Amazing. It's amazing. So amazing. And it should be the reason everybody's fine up this evening. All right. That's what we doing, a mukbang. Getting real messy in here. That's how it be when you eat the soursop. If you want to thoroughly enjoy it. What other questions y'all got? How to correct the clogged arteries. The high blood pressure. The regulator tonic will help that. But you need the herbs that are cleansing the blood. You need the Jamaican. You need the Jamaican sarsaparilla root. You need the yellow dock root. You need the dandelion, quassia bark. Let's say Jamaican sarsaparilla, yellow dock, dandelion, quassia bark. Red clover is going to help also. All right. You make these into a tea. All right. You need these. Let me show y'all. Even when I'm on the move, again, I'm in my second home in the Netherlands right now. I've been gone from the U.S. for a while. I actually just get back from Sicily, headed to Turkey in a week. Watch. Let me show you. Even when I'm on the move. Show you what my cabinet look like. Let me see. Let me show you. Got these on me. Boom. Got a couple more. What else I got? All right, that was good enough. He's grabbing a couple. See these herbs right here? Even when I'm out the country, can't pronounce that, right? Because it's in Dutch. So even when I'm in Netherlands, this one's empty actually. I need to get some more. Yeah, I just emptied that joint out and made a tonic. So even when I'm in the Netherlands, as you see, I'm getting all the herbs, right? So we got this right here. This is actually quassia bark right here. Let me show you. Quassia bark I've showed y'all before is great for anxiety, especially driving anxiety. It's literally like bark because it's super bitter. It's super bitter. So if you're having anxiety, a panic attack or anything like that, you can actually chew this, and the bitter taste of it, you just chew on it. Your bitter taste is going to take your mind right off. It's going to take your mind right off of the anxiety attack, the panic attack. And then on top of that, you don't eat it. You don't eat it. It's stuck in the corner of my mouth because it broke. You don't eat it. You make this into a tea, but this is just a little trick I be giving people. You chew on this, or you keep a stick of ginger. So you take ginger, a raw piece of ginger, the real ginger, not that ginger. I seen ginger in the store. It looked like this. That's right. The piece of ginger be this big, right? Bigger than my hand, the whole stick. Fakest ginger in the world. I see that all the time now. I just seen it at the store out here in the Netherlands too. Get the real ginger. Yeah, the bitter taste is kicking me right now, even after spitting it out, right? And trim off the toppings of it. Boom, you can put it in a little plastic bag to keep in your car. So if you have driving anxiety or wherever you're most likely to get anxiety, maybe at your desk at work, I don't know, before a meeting, right? And you take the whole stick of ginger, you just put it in your mouth and just start chewing like crazy. Start chewing and sucking. All right, start chewing and sucking the ginger like your life depends on it, okay? I know what I'm supposed to say, pause after that, right? Start chewing and sucking the life out of that ginger like you ain't ever sucked nothing before in your life. It's going to completely knock out the anxiety in the moment, all right? Just some free game for y'all. Just some free game for y'all. What other questions y'all got? I gave y'all advice on lupus, on blood pressure, on cancer, on, everything. Yeah. I got to add some humor into it. Look at it. Just falling off of it. What they say, what y'all be saying with the barbecue ribs that be causing the heart attacks and the panic attacks and the damaging your nervous system and the cancer and the diabetes? You see how that thing just fall off the bone? Yeah, that The barbecue ribs be falling off the bone, but they be causing you to fall off the face of the earth because you pass away too quick. But hey, your life, your choice, right? I just bring you the information. I want to scroll, but I got soursop all over my hands. I'm accidentally click something. What do you say with people dealing with food insecurities? Explain what you mean by food insecurities. I love these terms that people be coming up with. Got a lot of knowledge. Somebody says big pause. What do you mean by food insecurities? Explain it. Explain it. Where do you get your knowledge from? This 10 plus years of learning, paying mentors. I've spent over $300,000 on different mentors, whether it's from learning business or learning holistic health, different program certifications, nutrition studies and all that, traveling, signing up. Again, I always tell y'all, from 20 to 30, I spent all my time studying and reading. While everybody else said I was a weirdo back then and I wasn't cool because I wasn't going to the club. I never went to the club, never went to a strip club, never drank, never smoked, never popped pills, never smoked weed, never puffed nothing in my life, never popped a pill in my life, never been drunk in my life, you name it, right? So I was always the weird person, right? You just be weird. Just be weird for 10 years and do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Then you'll find yourself with better health than most of the world, with more money than most of the world, with better credit than most of the world, with more freedom than most of the world, been and going to places most of the world never been to. All you gotta do is be weird. Let everybody talk about you and say you ain't shit for 10 years, right? And spend your money on the opposite of what everybody else is spending their money on. I spent all my money on knowledge, on ebooks, on books, on webinars, on seminars, on mentors, right? While everybody else was spending their money on hookah, club entrance fees, shots, OnlyFans subscriptions, women, whatever the case may be. From 10 to 20, from 10 to 20, from 20 to 30, I wasn't doing none of that. I was locked in. I'm like, my life sucks. I'm broke. I'm sick. I hate my life. I hate where I live. I hate my car. I hate everything, right? So what's the worst? If you hate everything in your life and your health is poor on top of that, what's the worst that could happen if you take risk? The worst that could happen is that you continue to hate your life, right? And that your life shortens because your life is so bad and your health is so bad, right? Your bank account can't get much emptier than it is. That's how I was thinking, right? My bank account couldn't get much lower than it was. So I'm like, every little dime I got, instead of, I got an extra $30, let me save that. Because in an emergency, $30 is really going to save me. It's not going to save me. If I have a dire emergency, if my car breaks down, whatever y'all be saving y'all's $30, $50 for, that $30 was never going to be a life-changing, I'm so glad I kept that $30 and didn't spend it. No, I would take that $30. If I had $40 in my bank, I'd take that $30 and I'm buying a book. I'm buying an ebook. I'm buying knowledge. Because if I invest in knowledge, eventually I'm going to have so much knowledge where I'm unstoppable and the world becomes easy. And that's where I've gotten to. Does that make sense? Somebody comment makes sense in the comment section. Getting these seeds out. So that was my mindset. Let me scroll back. Also delay on the comments. Let me see. Yeah, I alter my own mind by what I spend my free time doing. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, the food insecurity. That's awesome. Yeah. Any other questions? I just figured I'll hop on here for a second while I eat. Food insecurities is when you don't have enough food to last the entire month. I don't know what's like people who aren't regularly every day because of these snap cuts. Are we talking about finances? Somebody said something about food insecurities and it looks like everybody's replying with a different definition. Are you talking about if you're struggling to buy food because your finances are low? Is that what we're talking about? Because most times in that situation, you eating something, right? You're not starving to death. So therefore, if you're not starving to death, what are you spending your money on? Because a lot of people are like, I can't eat healthy. I can't buy herbs, right? It's a pack of herbs probably $12. And it's enough to make me so many teas throughout the month, right? So therefore, I can spend my $12 on this pack of bitter herbs, the quassia bark, Maybe I buy 3 different herbs, which cost me 30 because I want a little concoction going on to get my health on point. I can spend that 30 on that, or you can go to McDonald's and spend 30 there for you and your 2 kids in the back seat and give everybody disease like most people do, right? You see what I'm saying? Or you can have your Netflix subscription and your Prime Video subscription and your Hulu Plus and your Disney Plus and your, again, your OnlyFans subscriptions you got. Or you can have all your subscriptions, little dumb subscriptions and reoccurring payments from your apps on your phone. Or you can buy some herbs and improve your health. Or you can keep doing that and complain and say, I ain't got no money to eat healthy. I'd love to eat healthy, T-Walk, but I just ain't got no money. No, your priorities is all messed up. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. So, just want to hop on here and give us some game. Let me see. Farmers market herbs cheaper than yeah, definitely farmers markets is where I always recommend to go. Always recommend the farmers markets. For sure, the Asian markets, the Spanish markets. No, it's not gonna make them come out. But also at the same time, if you have HSV and you're cleansing from it, it's natural for you to have outbreaks actually because you got to get it out your body some way, and most of the time it comes through the skin, right? It comes through the skin, so. Definitely normal. People start cleansing from HSV and they be like, hey, I'm having outbreaks while I'm doing the detox, while I'm taking the tonic, while I'm cleansing. I thought that was supposed to stop as soon as I start drinking it. No, what you're doing is you're cleansing and pushing it up out your system, okay? What am I eating? I'm eating a soursop. It's a big body too. Because the other half, yeah, that joint pretty, ain't it? Anyways, I'm losing my focus. I should have been through this, but I'm answering y'all's questions. Just want to help y'all out. Let me see. So you're basically saying even if you don't have money to buy good food, go buy books. I mean, honestly, if you are in that situation where you're saying you don't have money to buy food, then definitely you need to ration most of what you need to be doing is eating as little as possible. Right, which will be healthy because that's a form of fasting. You can fast a couple days a week. On the days you're not fasting, eat very low calories, cleansing foods, foods from the farmer's market, like someone said, right, which is cheaper than the regular market. And then use that extra money that you're not spending on dumb stuff, on fast food, on going out to eat, on movie theaters, on all those subscriptions on your TV, where you're spending your time dumbing yourself down in most cases, scrolling through Instagram, watching dumb stuff on most cases. Take that time and reinvest that into knowledge, into studying, and take that extra money you were spending on dumb stuff and buy books, buy ebooks, sign up for free webinars that tons of people are doing, right? Go to seminars if there's one local because you don't want to spend the money on flights and all that stuff, right? You should be doing everything you can to invest in knowledge because if you invest in enough knowledge, eventually you're going to make money, right? Eventually it's going to work. That's just what it is. When I was broke, struggling, sick, unhealthy, right? You know, again, I've been there. I didn't come from money. I was struggling Section 8, roaches in my cereal back then when I was eating cereal and all that stuff. And I realized like what's separating these other people who have this dream life that I'm seeing, who have the cars I want, who have the freedom I want, who I see are paying their mom's bills and traveling all over the world and having this dream life that I'm envisioning. What's separating them from me? They have more knowledge than me. They're not better than me, right? They're not, well, they technically were smarter than me at the time, but they weren't better than me, right? And even in my mindset back then, I was like, I'm more motivated. I feel like I feel better. As a matter of fact, that's just the mindset you got to have. Let's keep it real. Like, yo, this person's not better than me. I should be busting his ass. You should be busting her ass, right? Just keeping it real with you. That's the mindset you got to have, competitive mindset. But I'm like, why are they killing it way more than me? Because they have knowledge. So no matter what I feel, no matter how great I feel I am, no matter how I feel I should be ahead of them, right? Because many people, you'll see it on the internet, it's a lot of hate. Right? When you post nice stuff, people hate. It's always it's envious, right? But that envy can be erased by, instead of being envious, study that person and be like, how did they get that life? They have a knowledge you don't have, on a subject you don't have, on a business you don't have, on an investment strategy you don't have, right? So on health that you don't have. So therefore, if you want that, It's not that you need to, right, do a bunch of dumb stuff. What you need to do is figure out what knowledge you're lacking. It always comes down to what knowledge are you lacking with your health. Many of you in here, many of y'all follow me, y'all have health issues and disease. Why? Because you lack a specific knowledge on that specific health issue. If you had that knowledge, you wouldn't have that health issue. If you had the knowledge in the first place, you would have probably never got that health issue, because most of the health issues are caused by eating the unhealthy food in the first place. So therefore, you lack knowledge, which caused you to go down this dark path and caused you to eat these foods, which are damaging your organs, damaging your lymphatic system, your immune system, right? Causing your blood to be clogged, causing cancer, all of that stuff, which got you in that position because you didn't have the knowledge. Because if you had the knowledge, you would have never consumed that thing in the first place. Does that make sense? Somebody comment makes sense. And I was there. I can say all these things. Because I've been there. Again, I have tons of health issues. Watch my life story on YouTube. My name's the same on YouTube. You know, I had tons of health issues. I was broke as hell. I always tell you, in 2020, I was making $10.50 an hour working at GNC in Utah while living out of someone's garage. See what I'm saying? See how quick life can change. But that's because even up to that time, even though I was in that situation, I never felt bad for my situation, because I knew when nobody was looking, I was reading, I was learning. And then what I was learning, I was actually implementing it. And then on top of implementing it, because I was recording the videos, it made me even better at speaking to it and better at sticking to it, because every day I was waking up and talking the talk, which forced me to walk the walk, which forced me to grow and elevate and get better in every aspect. You see what I'm saying? So if I can do it, you can do it. That's free game for you right there. That's some motivation. I'm about to hop off here because I really want to crush this. I'm hungry right now. I'm about to crush this right now. I just want to give us some free game, give us some free ebooks, give us some motivation, some mindset talk, some finance talk, some leveling up talk. If you don't know my phrase, I'm getting a lot of new followers, new supporters. I appreciate y'all. My new Facebook Holistic Guide, the page Holistic Guide. I'm starting to post more on there. Just gained 50,000 followers in a month. Shout out to y'all. Videos going crazy, millions of views. Shout out to y'all for sharing it to your story, sharing it to your friends. But my phrase is do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, because it's that simple. I don't believe in if, try, can't, almost, or maybe. I get it done. No excuses, nothing to it but to do it. Point your finger in the mirror. If you blew it, take accountability. If you're broke, it's your fault. If you're unhealthy, it's your fault. And this has been my phrase since back when I was broke. When I was broke, I had tried to start a clothing brand, multiple clothing brands. And you can see I post throwbacks sometimes, and I have these workout shirts that say, do what you got to do. It's that simple, right? That say, I don't believe in if, try, can't, almost, or maybe. So even when I was broke, it's not about how much money you have in your bank account. It's about what your mentality is at that point. If you're broke, you're struggling, you have a little bit of money in your bank account right now, and all you do is wake up and say, I'm broke, I'm struggling, I hate my life, this sucks, I'm sick, I got disease, why I feel like this. It's all negativity. You literally have to, part of manifesting and materializing it, not just saying I'll practice manifestation, but actually materializing it in real life and getting everything you want, you deserve, is actually lying to yourself and manipulating yourself. So when I was broke and sick, I had to lie to myself and tell myself I'm rich, right? I have freedom. I'm out of this job. I have no job. I have no boss. You have to take time out of your day to purposely, intentionally, aggressively lie to yourself. That was a big key for me, right? Because if I would have been living in reality, I would have been saying those things. I'm broke, I'm sick, I hate my life, this sucks. I would look around me and be like, how much it sucks. But instead I would look around. I would go to the park. I would go shoot basketball by myself. I would go run. I would go on daily mindset walks, which I still do to this day. And on those walks, I'm lying to myself the whole time. So I was lying to myself when I was living in the hood as I'm going on these walks. I was lying to myself as I'm living in the lower income areas, but still doing these mindset walks until eventually I'm doing those mindset walks, now living oceanfront on the beach in Miami. You see what I'm saying? So I lie to myself until it gets better. I lied to myself when I had the car that was breaking down 24/7 with the leaks. Every time I step in it, there's a puddle in the driver's seat. The top of the Buick is drooping down on my head. You use little pins from the store to pin it up. I lied to myself and told myself I had the car that I loved until I have the Rolls Royce Cullinan in my driveway, until I have the McLaren with the butterfly doors in my driveway. But I had to lie to myself at those points when I didn't have any of those things. And if I would have told other people that I one day would have those things, they would look at me like I'm crazy. So I'd be like, that's fine that I'm crazy. I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to talk to myself like crazy people do until you see just how crazy I am, until you see exactly what I materialize. Not just manifest, actually materialize it, because now I have everything I wanted. I've traveled to all the different countries I ain't even know of, right? See what I'm saying? I have the Rolls Royce Cullinan. I have the McLaren. I handed my mom $10,000 cash because I said I'm going to do that one day. I handed my sister $10,000 cash because I said I'm going to do that one day. I make sure my nieces and nephews, because I don't have kids, but I got like 10 nieces and nephews, make sure anything they need, they have whatever they want. I make sure I buy them their first apartment. I make sure there's no, you know what I mean? Because life is easy once you have a certain amount of knowledge. Even when setbacks come, because you spent your time obtaining knowledge, you'll find that those setbacks that typically would really mess you up in the game, you always have an alternative. You're like, oh, no, because I know this. Oh, because I remember this. Oh, because I studied that. Oh, so I just bounce and just keep going up. You see what I'm saying? And everybody has the power to do the same thing. When I talk about this or whatever, people think I'm bragging. I'm like, no, I just tell you my life story. You can take it however you want it. I know what my life was. I know what it is now. And I know what most people want. And I know that my life was what most people would consider their dream life. Not having a boss, not having a schedule, doing what they want, having the money they want in their bank account, having investments that are making money while they sleep, having businesses that are making money while they sleep, making sure their parents are good, making sure their siblings are good, making sure their family that they love and care about are good, traveling the world whenever they want, doing whatever they want to do, and without a schedule. And without a boss is what most people's dream life is, and having their dream cars and materialistic stuff. Again, most of my followers, black and brown people. Y'all know my life story. I grew up around nothing but drug dealers and stuff like that. So I used to see what the drug dealers was pulling up to my house in when they was purchasing for my brother. And I wanted the cars and I wanted the jewelry and I wanted the throwback jerseys back then. So when I got money, if I want to buy some of my dream cars and I want to buy a Cuban link chain and I want a custom pennant that says my name on it, then that's what I'm going to do. After I buy and spend money on smart stuff, I'm going to buy some dumb stuff because I want to. And I'm going to let anybody who has a problem with that just say what they want because it doesn't affect my life at all. And this is how you should be thinking. Do what you want, do what you love, do what you feel like doing. Don't care what people are thinking. Most of y'all won't chase your dream because you're too worried about what somebody will think if you post a video, if you try to start a business. They're going to say, oh, this and that. When I was struggling and coming up and was making my first YouTube videos, everybody in my hometown was like, yo, you see Tevin making them videos, he ain't getting no likes. The only like he got one on his other post. It was his sister, right? No shares, no likes, no none of that. And now they all send me messages. Every week I get messages from people in my hometown, people I went to high school with, telling me how much of an inspiration I am to them. But when I was coming up, they was laughing and making fun. Now when I come in town, can I drive? Yo, can I see that car? Yo, did you come in town with the Lambo this time, the McLaren, the Rolls Royce, or the, you know what I mean? So don't care what people think in your struggles, because as soon as you're up, their whole mindset on you is going to shift also, and they're going to act like they always support it. I've told you this many times. And by doing those things, when I come back to my hometown, I can show the people I actually do care about, the people I love, or just strangers at that, what's possible, because I'm from a small town in West Virginia, so I was the first person to ever bring Lamborghini doors to my hometown. I was the first person to ever come to my hometown and pull up in a Rolls Royce. I was the first person to ever come to my hometown in these different cars so that I can show my nieces and nephews what's possible, so I can show some of my best friends' kids what's possible, and my best friends and this and that, so they can see like, yo, I know him. I've seen him. He was just living here 10 years ago. I worked with him. I played basketball with him. I went to high school with him. And now he pulling up in this. Just that alone, sometimes the materialistic stuff will help people elevate their mindset, because they won't believe you sometimes until you pull up in the Rolls Royce, until you show them the paperwork that it's yours and it's not a rental, right? Until you show them the screenshots or the screen recordings of your crypto accounts. Sometimes you have to do that to inspire people. And especially in my community, in our community, the black and brown community, because this is just what we see growing up. This is what we like. Same thing with white people, too, because they'll be like, oh, well, white people, they wouldn't spend their money on that. Then you say the white person wouldn't spend his money on Louis V jacket, but the old white guy that you're referring to has a $70,000 picture on his wall in the hallway of his house because he spends his money on that. So just because we different on what we spend our money on, don't change nothing, right? You say, oh, he wouldn't put a $10,000 wrap on his Rolls Royce, yeah, but he'll buy a $500,000 yacht just to stunt in the yacht and say, I got the best yacht on the water out here in Miami. See what I'm saying? So don't judge. You do what you want, do what you love, because everybody's spending their money on dumb stuff. But spend your money on smart stuff first. We're going to end it on that note. It always shifts the mindset because when it comes to health, when it comes to wealth, success, anything, it's always the mindset. Again, if you say you're sick every day, you're going to be sick. If you say you got cancer and you're stuck with cancer, no matter what herbs you're consuming, no matter what capsules you're popping, you're going to stay sick because as you're swallowing the herbal capsules, as you're drinking the herbal tea, you're waking up saying, that probably ain't going to work. That probably ain't going to work. Whatever. This is just my life. I probably ain't got much long left to live. The doctor said so. They're putting negativity in you. Doctor said so. My mom said it. Herbs ain't no good, right? So as long as your mindset is that, it doesn't matter what you're consuming, right? You can do a test. There's been many peer-reviewed studies on stuff like this where they take two people, put them in the same exact, have them consume the same exact things or different herbs and things like that. But the one person is fed negativity all day. The other person is fed positivity, and the results differ, even though what they're consuming is the same. See what I'm saying? So the environment is very, very important. And a lot of y'all, that's why I talk about wealth. You got to get out the environment that you're in. A lot of you have health issues because of where you live. You live on a block where there ain't no trees, there ain't no grass, so you can't do grounding, right? You're not getting the correct oxygen. You're consuming toxins from the cars that drive past the road all day. And that's where the kids play all day. So 10, 15 years of doing that, by the time they 20, they're going to have a health issue and lung issues and asthma and all this stuff and neurological issues from what they're consuming. See what I'm saying? So if you actually get some money, you can move to the beach where you can do grounding. You can move somewhere where it's not a concrete jungle. You can move somewhere where it's not just chicken spots, liquor spots, and bodegas on every corner. So finances are very important when it comes to health. Y'all can lie and say it's not all you want, but if it comes down to an emergency and you need to fly your mom to a place where the fruits are the least tampered and you need to get her soursop, like I got this South America as I go all the time, you need to be able to afford to fly your mom to South America, to Honduras, to Africa or somewhere you can get tropical fruits that are closer to the equator, so they're more beneficial. You need to pay for that flight. You need to pay for that stay. You need to pay for the herbs. You need to pay for the fruit. So you definitely going to need some money in a dire situation like that. But anyways, holler at y'all later. I'll post this replay to my YouTube channel or something. I'll leave it on my Instagram if y'all want to share it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Appreciate the support and the love y'all give. Sharing the video, sharing the free information. New video actually probably was just posted because I scheduled it for 6 p.m. my time. It's 6 p.m. here. So it's probably, I just posted a brand new video probably just 17 minutes ago while I was on this live because the work don't stop. The power of my voice and the knowledge that I've obtained has to be shared every single day. So there's never not free information for you all. And if I sell something, $1 per day for my $29.99 university, or the herbs, which we do our best to make them as cheap as possible. Everything I've ever sold is always more affordable than anybody else doing it. And I posted more testimonials than anybody else doing it. That's a fact. Brand new testimonials every single day. Never miss a day with the names in them so you can verify the real every single day for over 5 years straight. That's a fact. To one of my pages. Even when one page is banned, I post to the other page. Talk to y'all later. Peace.